Hey, this is LA on Tuesdays, and this is my first video as a member of the Ponder Project. I'm really not sure why I felt the need to do jazz hands. Moving right along. This week's topic is sexuality and your family. So I guess I should probably give background on my family. I was raised as an only child in a single parent household. My parents got divorced when I was 3. So I was raised with my mom, and she was raised in a strict, Jehovah's Witness family, but she didn't like the teachings of the Jehovah's Witness church. She didn't agree with a lot of the things that they said, and she wanted to celebrate Christmas like all the other kids. Yeah. So when she grew up and got out of the house, she kind of discarded that. But we have gone to church, moving all the time because we're in the military, and it's a great way to meet people and get to know people. Something to do on Sunday. Religion was never really an issue. It was never really anything that was forced. We went to church sometimes we didn't. That's just kind of how it was. Now the person that my mom is married to, his grandmother was a pastor of a church for years, and it runs in their family, and it's passed on and passed on. So yeah, he's definitely pretty religious, I would say, and he's really, 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 really against homosexuality. I mean, I heard him say at one point in time, that all homosexuals, they should be put on an island and they're not fit to live, and just really. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of how his stance is on the whole thing. But she has told me that, if I were a lesbian, that it would take her a long time to get used to it and she wouldn't necessarily be okay with it. But I think my mom kind of knows that I'm bisexual, or, that I have an interest in girls, especially because of this incident that happened in like Christmas of 2004. Basically, what happened is I met this girl who became my best friend, and I was basically in a relationship with her for about, God, like 3 years. That was the first girl I'd ever been in a relationship with. I remember when I first met her, there was just this. I mean, she was different from other girls because I had girlfriends, but I wasn't like attracted to them. I mean, they were just my friends, but there was something different about her. Like, she had this magnetic quality, and I was we instantly clicked. Like, we met, and it was just instant. And there was never really a discussion about our sexuality or anything like that. We just had a connection, and we were friends, and then we were more than friends, and it just kind of happened. That sounds weird to say, but it just kind of happened. And at the time, I kept a diary, which I don't anymore. From the time I was like 10, I used to keep a diary. I wanted to be able to look back and have things that I wrote when I was little. I wrote about her. And I hid my diary in like a drawer or something. And my mom found it, and my mom searches my room. She's pretty nosy, and she read it, and it kind of, I mean, I didn't leave anyone names or anything. It was kind of vague, but she thought it was me, and she'd met my friend, and she already kind of asked me, like, is she a lesbian? Because she's kind of like a touchy-feely person, and that's just how she is. So it was Christmas Eve, actually, when it happened. And we were on the way to my aunt's house for Christmas Eve dinner. I was just driving in the car, and I'd already had a bad day. I don't remember what happened to that day, but I'd already gotten arguing with my mom about something, and I was in a bad mood. And we're just driving along, and it's quiet, and there's all those, stupid Christmas things that they play on the radio, which are fun at first, and then you hear these Christmas songs over and over again. It just makes me want to shoot the radio. Maybe I'm just being a Scrooge. But anyway, she asked me point blank, do you like girls? And just completely blindsided me. I'm like, what? Do you like girls? Excuse me? Well, and I was looking at this diary, and she's talking about reading it, and it just pissed me off that she went through my things and, and read it, because I'd never been a kid that went out and did crazy things. Like, sometimes, you don't know where your kid is, you don't know what they're doing when you look through their stuff. So I was just kind of like, why is she looking through my stuff? Why? What cause? And so I just completely shut down at that point, because, I like my privacy, and I know I live in her house and everything, but that made me angry. And so I wouldn't talk to her, and it was this huge thing, and she's like, well, I need to know, and there was crying, and I never really gave her an answer, and we went to my aunt's house, and both of us were just not in the mood to be festive, to say the least. But that was that, and she never really talked about it anymore. She never brought it up, and I never brought it up. We never brought it up, and it just kind of stayed buried for years. And then one day, not even that long ago, I think it was sometime this year, I was talking about this guy this guy, he was coming to pick me up later. I had a date. And, my mom's being nosy. Who are you talking to on the phone? And so I told her I was going on a date with this guy that I met. And she kind of like, oh, you're going out with a guy? I kind of always thought you were a lesbian. Yeah. Looks like, no, that's cool. Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure if she still thinks I'm a lesbian or if it was a phase. I don't know. I haven't actually come out and told her I'm bisexual, but I'm pretty sure she knows that I like girls. And I really don't think it would surprise her if one day I said, hey, I have a girlfriend. It's just not out there in the open. I've never actually come out and said it to her. But all my friends know. They know, and I'm open about it to them. I guess that's my story about my family and my sexuality. I guess I will see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Peace. Bye.